Whiteside County is putting a public safety sales tax on the ballot once again after the proposal failed last November. The fourth time since 2020, Emma Bucher spoke with the sheriff and dispatchers about how the tax would impact residents and how the funding would help first responders.
The public safety tax wouldn't just go toward funding their new dispatch center. It would also help create a reserve of discretionary funds to be used by first responders across Whiteside County.
You mentioned the word tax. Everybody despises taxes. I hate paying taxes, the same as anyone else, and I surely wouldn't support a tax that we don't need.
The county-wide sales tax of 0.5% would apply to nearly every retail purchase. Medicine, vehicles, farm equipment, and non-prepared foods would be exempt from the tax. The county's dispatch centers are currently only funded by Sterling and Rock Falls residents.
Places like Morrison, Fulton have never paid for the 911 services. And this expense is going to be a big expense for them. And if we can get this public safety tax passed, then they won't have to take that out of some other funds.
The new dispatch center in Morrison began operating 3 weeks ago, with county officials planning to consolidate all county dispatchers to work in the new facility. Sheriff Booker says if the tax doesn't pass this time around, individual cities will need to start paying for the center.
And where do you come up with that money if you've never paid?
Yeah, generally speaking, it's only $26 a year for people, and they're sharing it with the people passing through Whiteside County, which makes sense because all the people passing through Whiteside County they might need to use 911 services.
Jess Liston, the county's assistant dispatch director, says not passing the tax could have consequences that aren't financial.
If it doesn't pass and agencies have to cut employees, then it could make for longer response times if you have an emergency.
Sheriff Booker says any excess money generated through the tax will cover new equipment for first responders, such as new radios for fire departments.
I would say vote yes for the public safety tax, and let's have someone else pay our bills too when they come through town.
Mail-in voting has already begun, and Sheriff Booker says the last day to vote in person is April 1st. In Morrison, Emma Bucher, WQAD News 8.
And Whiteside County dispatchers say neighboring Henry, Lee, and Bureau counties all have a successful 0.5% public safety tax. Rock Island County's tax is slightly steeper at 1%.